Hello everyone, this is Crustalmania and welcome back to another video. This, I believe, is the 8th card that I got from TCG Player. A little bit of context here. I basically found a vintage lot on eBay and they were selling cards in the same conditioning of the cards that I bought on TCG Player. And so far with the cards from TCG Player, I wanted to see what kind of packaging they were coming in and what kind of conditioning the card actually was going to be in, as only one card had a picture of what I was purchasing. The rest of them I just purchased based on price. So I want to see how TCG Player sellers kind of sold their cards and packaged their cards and what to expect in the future in case I ever were to purchase from TCG Player again. And basically, this is the envelope that arrived. So it's a traditional plain white envelope. So far, I want to say 7 out of 8 sellers have included a packing slip with their cards. So that's actually something I've been noting through this whole process is how many packing slips that I've gotten, because some of the sellers actually attach the cards to the packing slips like how I do, in terms of adding a little extra protection. And there's only one seller that did not add a packing slip, which is more of what I was used to on eBay. So I didn't really take into account for a lot of these openings the packing slip until a little bit later on into getting some of the cards. But the few first cards, I didn't realize there was a packing slip there. So anyways, this is the 8th card, going to be in heavily played condition. So it should be interesting to see what it is like. So I'm feeling out the envelope there. Looks like it was on the top loader, and luckily this envelope looks like it's pretty easy to open, so I end up opening that just by pulling it open. And what do you know, there's another packing slip. So basically, for these packing slips, I like to open them up off camera, but this is the first time I've gotten a card shield or a shipping shield, and this one was just tucked in the packing slip, so I didn't really have to open up the packing slip off screen per se. But this one was in a shipping shield, which this is the first time I've ever had a card come in a shipping shield ever, whether it be on eBay or TCG Player so far. So this is interesting to see how the shipping shield actually survived shipping, because I was really wondering that with how the cardboard was. So I know shipping shields are a bit more pricey than top loaders, but I thought that they would flex a lot more, but it seems pretty sturdy for what it's worth in terms of like one card. I guess you do have to put tape on there, but luckily they put painter's tape, which again, I really do appreciate. Painter's tape is really easy to take that off of the shipping sleeve here. And the shipping shield, yeah, I was just surprised by how durable it was. This card's pretty beat up in terms of the back, but this is a heavy played Hypno from Fossil. Hollow foil, hollow rare, however you want to say it. But this is the Hypno from Fossil. I had never had this card. I may have seen this once when I was younger, but I don't remember this card at all. So this is the first time for me really seeing this Hypno in person, and it's a really cool card. This one was what I would consider pretty heavily played, because the front surface had a lot of scratches, all the way from the hollow foil to like the whole card. A lot of those scratches on there. So I would consider this like a truly like kind of heavy play card, because there's just a lot of scratches. For the most part, the card still is in pretty decent shape, but there are a lot of scratches on this card, so this would deem it as a actual heavily played card. Still pretty nice though. I mean, for the most part, like the centering is pretty good for this card, and overall just like a pretty nice artwork. I don't know how many cards Hypno has after this card, to be quite honest. I can't think off the top of my head. I know there was that big drowsy illustration rare, but I don't know about Hypno per se. Maybe there is one in 151, but I can't really remember. So There's no notable card of Hypno since this one from what I can remember, so pretty interesting to see that there. I always thought it was pretty cool. I kind of forgot about this one for a little while, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. I'll try and grab this one. So for the experiment. So definitely pretty cool there. Um, this card in itself is really nice. I do like the psychic kind of coloration. The only psychic one I've seen so far is Mewtwo, so it's kind of nice to see a different psychic kind of background for these base set kind of cards. Well, it's not base set, but the older vintage cards from Fossil. So so far I think it's the Zapdos from Fossil and this Hypno from Fossil that I've had hollow foils for. So pretty cool. Really glad to have gone the hollow foil just because it's a pretty cool card in the hollow foil form. There probably is a common version of this card, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But really cool to actually have this artwork and card. As you can see, there is visible whitening on the edges, but it's not that bad. I think the scratches more on the front are what's more noticeable, but the pattern in terms of the hollow foil pattern is pretty simple. It's just a purple background, but there is some kind of sparkling from the hollow foil. So very simple, very kind of simple design, but at the same time kind of reminds me of the actual video games in terms of like red and blue version, possibly even silver version where you would see Hypno. It's kind of what it would look like. Maybe even in fire red and leaf green kind of looks like that as well. So that is definitely pretty cool. But overall, just a pretty cool card. I'm really glad to just actually have this card in person, see the actual artwork and in the hollow foil and stuff like that. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the different hollow foil rares from base set, fossil, jungle, all really cool cards. A lot of them I actually did not have in the past, so these are my first time seeing a lot of them. So it's pretty cool to see these hollow foils all these years later. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.